Vienna has always been a gateway of Western civilization, a melting pot for hundreds of years before New York. Its language is German, but its persona is music and arts. Johann Strauss was one of the great impresarios that made the opera as sacred in its own way as the church. The Schönbrunn Palace is another statement of the elegance and grandeur that could be created by talented artisans when enough money was available. Designed more for function and pleasure rather than imperial pomp, it was Maria Theresa, Archduchess of Austria, who gave it her personality. The gardens were most of all her pleasure, and they are one of the most impressive in Austria. It is a fabulous city to stroll in. Traffic is busy to heavy, and the abundance of bicyclists have right-of-way in their well-marked bicycle lanes. Still, beware. There are many corners and crossovers, and the bicyclists seldom slow down. This great statue honors the writer Goethe in the city of artists. Vienna is an historic treasure in its plethora of statues, monuments, and buildings. Pamphlets are available in several languages, giving a descriptive narrative of the story behind each. The rose section of the Volksgarten is in a busy area on the Ringstrasse, across from the Parliament. It is a delightful place to slow down and enjoy the color and quiet. Horses are second only to music in the tourist identification of Vienna. Carriage horses are also very popular, and their numbers do include many Lipizaners. Lipizaners may end up here if they don't make the grade as show horses or are retired. The carriages are a major tourist attraction, and the most popular location is in the shadow of the cathedral. This old city center is full of historic sites, and the carriage driver knows them all and gives descriptive narration. The horses are well cared for, and one man's sole responsibility is to provide water. On a hot day, he is very busy. A carriage ride does not take the place of experiencing the Spanish Riding Academy Lipizaners, even if it is only a training session. Bred since the late 1500s, the name comes from the village of Lipiza, near Trieste, where they were first bred. Their natural flair for parade was recognized in the Middle Ages, but it was not until after the Spanish riding school was established in Vienna that the breed received international renown. Their training period is some 7 years, and many pass 20 years of age. The predominant color is white when they reach the show age at about 7 years. Bay, chestnut, and brown are extremely rare. All white Lipizaner horses are born black, and over 6 years molt to their show color. These Lipizaners are 3 to 5 years old. The great Stevenson Dome Cathedral has a Romanesque facade Gothic tower and Baroque altar. It is a popular gathering spot with its central location and plaza. Services are heavily attended, and the boys' choir is a popular addition on any day. Colorful young men in period costumes sell concert tickets. Their demeanor is relaxed and pleasant, and who can resist the opportunity to attend? It is a Vienna must and an experience you won't forget. Our next two stops are both capitals, Bratislava and Budapest. Bratislava city lies on the banks of the Danube, where Slovakia meets Austria and Hungary. It is one of the Danube's major ports and the economic focus of Slovakia. The great fortress is a reminder of the importance of this riverfront city that was the Hungarian capital for 250 years. After Amsterdam, Cologne, and Vienna, the mention of Bratislava may not send many people into raptures, but the city has plenty of cultural and historical interest for everyone, and everywhere is a sense of direction, pride, and purpose. Part of the surprise is the feeling of a city that has a bustle and excitement that extends most of all to her people. People who could walk the streets of New York or any major metropolitan city without creating attention. People discovering the life of choice and a free market economy. The trams in Bratislava are a few years old, but hum along and are well used. Troops honor ancient tradition and pay tribute to fallen comrades. They welcomed us and our cameras with complete openness. The country and this capital city have caught the eyes of the business world. Embassy flags from many countries recognize this important port and booming industrial center. An old, unused church building has become a welcome backdrop and sectional frame for a talented artist painting his version of Van Gogh masterpieces. Bronze statues are throughout the city. The post office even gets into the act. Napoleon contemplates the plaza. A subterranean worker comes up to rest, but his rest is short-lived. He finds plenty of company. Tonight is the occasion of the captain's dinner. This is the only dress-up dinner, and most everyone happily participates. The food is delicious, the excellent wine flows freely, and the music complements the festive mood. The captain's dinner means that this is our next to last night on board and our last night of cruising. We'll stay awake to enjoy this night as long as possible. The ship will cruise all night. Tomorrow we will awake in Budapest. Few cities in Europe can compare with the view of an arrival by cruise ship into Budapest. Budapest runs along a 20-mile stretch of the Danube between the Buda and Pest sides. The Danube links Budapest to 8 countries by water, turning the Hungarian capital into a major shipping port. The chain bridge was completed in 1849. It was the first permanent bridge connecting the two cities of Buda and Pest. The cables are suspended over 2 triumphal arches. The Buda cable car provides access to the palace and upper level of the Buda side of the city. The Palace of Buda runs for over 900 feet along the Buda hill crest. Today it houses the library, history museum, and the National Art Gallery. The views from the palace across to the Pest side are spectacular. The island in the river is Margaret Island, named after a 14th century princess who became a saint. The island has been reserved as a mid-city park in a fantastic setting. It is, and has been for centuries, a place of refuge, rest, and recreation. Lovers find the setting perfect to stroll and just be together in an historic, natural, and beautiful setting. Many prefer to relax and enjoy the symphonic water fountain, where the music's tempo is reflected in a synchronized cascading water presentation. To some, the water and music is interesting, but an ice cream is even better. The Pest side is the business, hotel, and shopping side of the city. Trams are fast and convenient ways of getting around. Strolling the waterfront promenade may seem a bit touristy, but everyone enjoys it. A bronze elf relaxes on the riverfront railing. Rubbing his knee is considered to bring good luck. You are sure to find the obvious tourists taking time to do just that. Just relaxing and people watching is almost as entertaining as the river view.
The Center City Pedestrian Mall is more upscale, and shops offer choice selections. Porcelain and hand-painted eggs go with the ambiance. For most Hungarians, the indoor market hall is the favorite place to shop. 2 floors and over 10,000 square yards of shopping include prepared foods, fruits and vegetables, handicraft, textiles, carpets, embroidered items, hardware, brass and silver, and much more. It's an adventure all by itself. The House of Parliament is of great local pride. It is a 3/4 replica of the British Parliament building. 88 statues adorn the exterior. The St. Stephen's Basilica has a great history and is well attended. One of Budapest's finest open areas is an enormous parade ground called Heroes Square. Famous statesmen, scientists, princes, and kings are memorialized here. The center of the pedestal groups are the 7 chiefs of the Hungarian tribes who conquered the country. The central colonnade is topped with a bronze Archangel Gabriel. The park-like area is a favorite with everyone. Riverfront Budapest is beautiful by day and spectacular by night. This is a great adventure, a journey across a continent in elegant comfort. Whether your cruise begins or ends here, it is a trip you'll never forget. You'll see all of this and more on an AmaWaterways River Cruise.